I am just so honored to have this dear sister, Raven Hernandez, here today on Be the Shift. And Raven's actually someone who is a recent, well, I don't know. We just met in this lifetime, but I'd say it's probably not the first we've met in any lifetime. We actually met in Nashville at a Brain Trust event, which is an organization that my stepmom started to help women reach $1 million. And Raven actually was part of that. And also she was providing, her company was providing the rides with her business, which we're going to talk about tonight, called Earth Rides. So I'll go ahead and introduce you, Raven. Raven Hernandez is the founder and CEO of Earth Rides, the only all-electric ride hailing app. So she's hanging out in her Tesla right now. Raven is a first-generation Latina American and is a graduate of the Pepperdine. Did I say that right? Pepperdine?
Yeah.
Pepperdine Caruso School of Law. Raven was inspired to start Earth Rides after a personal quest to improve her own health, and that drove her to affect change on a large scale. She envisioned Earth Rides as a way to help people make a difference while enjoying a better experience with the service they already use. Inspired by her vision of encouraging people to make eco-friendly and healthier choices, Raven launched Earth Rides in October 2020 in her hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. Raven is committed to ensuring fair, equal, and reliable transportation to all communities. She speaks at youth and entrepreneurship seminars and is working with local universities to offer transportation catered for special needs students. And just a reminder, this girl is 25, graduated with a bar at 23, and it's just a freaking powerhouse. I'm like, can I cuss? I'm like, it's my show. It's a fucking powerhouse. Boss bitch. Seriously. I'm like, wait, I own this show. What am I talking about? But yeah, so, without further ado, so much of it was said in your bio, but what does Be the Shift mean for you? And how have you shifted paradigms in your reality?
Yeah. Well, thank you for the introduction. It's lovely to get to meet you again in this lifetime. I know you walked up and I was like, oh, hi, there she is with your like beautiful flowy dress. I was like, oh yeah, there you are. I haven't seen you in a while, but yeah, it's lovely. And I love that question. It's something that I find is like reoccurring in life, the shifts that are happening. And I went through probably like the biggest shift in my life so far back in 2016, 17. I was recently finished undergrad and had gone through life kind of like, oh yeah, I'm healthy and I eat salad sometimes and like I grilled chicken. So that makes me healthy because I don't eat it fried because I'm from the South. And then once I got sick and had to actually understand what health was, it was a huge paradigm shift. Like my whole life changed completely. It's been very interesting to live in this perspective now because it's what I'm trying to do for others. I'm trying to be the shift for others in a way that is gracious and patient, which is like really hard for me in my Leo ways. My birthday's on Sunday, so I'm very much so 8/8, like full into like, type A, let's do it now. If you're not healthy now, you'll never be healthy. And so I think for me it's like finding grace and patience and allowing others to get to that journey when they get there. But it's definitely always a learning moment for me, and finding ways to speak to people where they're at. And Earth is one of the ways that I do it in like a subtle way. So Earth Rides, as we mentioned, is all electric vehicles. It's rideshare, so it's very simple concept. It's just like Uber and Lyft. But because they're all electric, we're in a way like forcing you to be healthier, like choosing an option that doesn't emit carbon emissions. And so in my way, it's making people eat their greens without them realizing it. And so now people are being more open to clean technology and renewable energy and sustainability. And they're in a car that was cleaned with peppermint oil and they don't even know it. So like little things like that is my Be the Shift of, hey, you just stepped into this vortex that you don't even know you stepped into, and you're going to leave and be like in such a better place. It's really cool.
Oh my God. My whole insides are like lighting up and tingling right now. It just feels, I'm like gonna cry. Yes. I mean, this is it. I mean, this is your be the shift entrepreneurial moment where you're gonna inform the world, but not so much through talking at people, but you're using your business to offer people a sexier, cleaner version of a service that they're going to use anyway. And I think that's just the natural progression that we're moving with using business as a tool for environmental consciousness, you know, and keeping it subtle. It doesn't have to be so loud. And I feel like you let your business and service speak for itself. So, and it really stemmed from your own personal journey of you needing a better option.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's really beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I was, looking at the air pollution. I'm from Nashville and I was living in Malibu at the time. And so you can see LAX and like you can see all the planes and you can see like this big, thick smog. And I'm like, I've cut out perfumes, deodorants, bad toothpaste, bad water. I only was eating off of a farm. Like I wasn't even going to the grocery store. There was nothing in my life. There was still things, but there was nothing that was huge and kind of in my face of like, I need to make changes in regards to toxins. But every single day I'd step outside and there'd be like a wildfire or, just like really terrible pollution. I'm just thinking, well, what does it matter if I stop using this, really toxic shampoo if my air quality is terrible for the rest of my life? And it was a selfish reason. Like I started this company because I want health first and foremost. I want health for my husband and my family. And I figured, let's make people be healthier one way or the other.
There you go, folks. Yeah, well, you pretty much answered number 2. How have your health and entrepreneurship intersected and how has it informed your path? And I think you really nailed it. I mean, feel free to add anything else you want to add, but yeah, it's like, I think when we really start to understand that to be selfish is actually can be such a great thing, because if you're really self-serving and really love yourself and like love the future life that you're creating for your family, it's like, I mean, if we don't have clean air, like what do we have? And no matter what, we have, working in the superfood industry and, having supplements that get toxins out of the gut and studying bees, obviously one colony, here we are. It's like we have to start thinking about the macrocosm because it's like everyone else's choices of how they use cars is going to affect your personal air quality. And it's like, how can you solve that problem, locally and globally? So anyways, I love this. It's totally a new paradigm. Yeah, I got my moon in Leo, so I feel you, girl. I feel like that's why we connected.
Oh man, I'm such my mother, I grew up with a single mother and she's always been like, you've always been bossing me around, like telling me what to do. And I'm like, well, I always have great ideas. That is terrible mindset, whatever, but it's who I am. And, I think for others, I never realized that this was an option, growing up in an immigrant family where you don't work to enjoy life, you work to survive. And then going to law school, having that same that same preconceived notion of life of like, you work to be successful and successful means money. And now, I'm in a place where I'm going to be more successful than I ever thought monetarily. But I'm also really happy and also enjoy it, which is just so beautiful to now, be full circle, especially like in my family, growing up with single women, my grandmother, my mother, and I think even my great grandmother, all very strong women who had to work and never have any passion. And so to be able to tie health and work together, because most of the times you sacrifice your health for work. And so now getting to be in this place where, I'm like, yeah, I'm working really hard. I'm working 60, 70, 80. I don't even know how many hours a week. I don't count, but I also can like go to yoga at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday because I get to set my own schedule. And it's really beautiful to have that freedom and get to listen to myself when I'm like, okay, I need to prioritize health right now.